Hello everyone and welcome to GilBroz gaming channel. I am the dude and we're about to play Conflict of Nations and we're going to do a left to right around the world. Where to start? Okay, so this is all in my opinion, guys. There are obviously nations which are more favoured to some people than others, but we're currently in this Vietnam game, so I'm going to show you around we'll go from my home, England. Okay, so if I was we're gonna break it down into areas, sort of like regions and stuff. So let's have a look. If I was to be in Europe, what nation would I want to be in and why? I like going with England. Now, England is a bit of a sitting duck against Navy, so it's not for everyone. I like it because it's my home. However, I think if you're going to be anyone in Europe, my advice would be to be Sweden. Now, Sweden's usually here. Very powerful nation. Doesn't seem to have many problems with manpower or resources right away. You will run into the later manpower issues, so it's good to expand quickly. But you're able to pump out. I usually use the submarines and frigates job from here. I do with most games, but they're able to do it really well. You're not the main threat. If you can make alliances with Norway or England or some other European countries, then great. If you're a solo player, it's also good. You have got Norway, which you should be able to deal with Norway quite simply. Finland can be a threat, but they're not going to keep up with Sweden, so you'd be able to control this chunk quite nicely. It's only when you cross the sea and you're going to go up against like Poland, if you've got a good player in Poland or Germany, you're going to meet some kind of match with your production. So my top pick for Europe will be Sweden. My honourable mention will be Poland. I know a lot of people like Germany. It's very good, but I think sometimes you can grow a little bit too fast and you're in the thick of it. Manpower will become an issue early. You've got more than one border, you've got about 4. So you have to be good at everything. Good if you're in a team. If you've got a whole group of you playing, like we do with GGTO, head over to Discord if you want to join in a future game. You've got UK, Sweden, Germany, France. You're going to be rocking it. But solo wise, I'd be looking at Sweden as my main pick for Europe. Okay, we're going to go round to the right. Oh, we'll go down first. We'll go down. We'll go down. So, Africa. My top pick for Africa, without a doubt, will be Egypt. Okay, so Egypt is like this part, this chunk here. Probably my most favourite African nation. Powerful. You get a good amount of resources, you get a good amount of cities. You've got access to the sea and you've got some off the sea, so you can control the canal quite nicely, and then you've got to get into the Med. Otherwise, I'm currently got a Morocco game going pretty well, but that's very reliant. I mean, it started off solo, as most of my games usually do. But on a solo perspective, Egypt is good for solo and teams. If you're not that confident about going in the middle, if you want to stay away from Europe but you'd still like to be in Africa, I like to go down and play as Angola. It's about here. You've got all the resources you need. You've got some cities which are along the coast, so you can get a little navy going. Yeah, you've got 3 borders. Some of them powerful nations. You've got Namibia. You should be able to overpower Namibia and Cameroon. Your main issues are going to be Congo and South Africa, which you, depending on if you get a good start with Namibia, you might be able to deal with one of those, and then by the time dealing with one, you're going to be able to deal with both. So Angola is probably my top solo pick. If you're not too confident, Egypt, if you can hold your own, provide good teammate support as well. So yeah, most powerful African nation, in my opinion. These are all in my opinion, guys. I like to play as Egypt. I haven't played too many games as it. Like I say, Algeria is powerful. I don't really rank Libya. Morocco's alright, but it's mainly coastal. If you get coastals coming up, you're done for. So you can pop out more coastal than some people, so you've got to be on it, but it depends how you want to play. If you don't like sea at all, go Chad. You're in the middle. Powerful nation. Get some tanks, get some artillery, whatever you want to do. Go from Chad. It's a good nation. But I like Egypt. I like to have access to the sea. Angola offers me that as well, and you're a little bit further out the way. You're not going to be top picks for any of the Europeans, because a lot of players tend to go Europe or Middle East. You get the higher level ones go there, so it's a little bit out of the way. It gives you a chance to build up a little bit before you take on some of the bigger, better players. Okay, going across to the Middle East, and we'll go this section here. You got Saudi Arabia, you got Turkey, Iraq, Syria. If we go up, because there's so many, you've got Iran, Afghanistan, so this section in the Middle East here. Now, I do quite like being Israel. It's quite a challenge though, guys. It's small. It's like this big. But it's pretty good. And because you're so close, you can reinforce yourself quite quickly. So you can play it quite defensively. I quite like a smaller nation. Saudi Arabia will have good resources coming in. So it's a good pick. Not my top pick. If I'm going to pick any of these, my top one will actually be Turkey. I really like playing as Turkey. If in the Middle East, I do like to play all nations, but I think Turkey's got the power it needs to deal with everything. Again, you've got access to the Mediterranean, and you've got the good land access here where you can spread out pretty quick. Turkey will be my top Middle Eastern pick, 100%. Like I say, if you've got a team, solo wise, yeah, Turkey. If you've got a team, fantastic. Depends what kind of player you are. If you want to be a pocket player, build up, support, go Saudi and get your teammates to go around you. You can even have Egypt in that. But yeah, solo, Turkey, lovely, love it. If we go more north, we sort of go Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and all that. I know these are bordering on Europe, but as we go further out, I think Belarus is a very powerful nation. I really like Belarus. I would never be Russia. It's huge. You're probably not going to have too many manpower issues because you've got masses of land, but you've got to protect that land, and it's not easily done. Most of your cities are this end, and you've got a couple over here, so you're going to be in trouble early on. Everyone's going to pick a little bit off you, and then you're going to have nothing left. My advice, if you're going to be picking like a team with like the Russia area, like the middle, you could go Kazakhstan, Ukraine, someone get Belarus. Belarus is good. You can even add that to your European picks if you wanted, because it's so close on the border there. It's a good pick. I really like Belarus. That would be my #1 pick for this section of the map here, edging towards Russia, between Europe and Asia. Go Belarus. Okay, heading down. We'll go across and down because Russia's at the top there. My very first game was with Mongolia. It's an okay nation, but everything on this side of the map will take you ages to get anywhere. These land tiles are huge, so you're looking at hours. So bear that in mind. You're going to want to go more aircraft than you've gone before, so you can react quickly. So my top pick for this side of the world, between Pakistan and India, I would usually go Pakistan. I don't know why. I kind of like the underdog, I guess. Not as big, but I like having the small place where you can concentrate and you can beat people. I'm more of a defensive player. So I would go Pakistan over India if you're looking over there. If we come over here, China is a good nation, powerful, lots of resources, lots of cities. You've got access to everything. You've got the sea, you've got the land. It's also, you know, you're going to be able to crush Korea very easily as China. You're going to be getting attacked by Japan unless you've got a team. Very good nation. However, not my top pick because the kind of player I am. I would much rather go Vietnam. As I'm playing in this game now, Vietnam is a powerful nation. You're able to get all your resources. You've got sea access. Again, sea access can be scary, but if you control the seas early, you might be okay. You've got Philippines right nearby, currently owned by Korea. You've got Indonesia, so if you can get a little team up and get these islands, you can be the power punch that hits through the land. I've not had no issues with manpower or resources playing this game. It's on 4 times speed, this one, but you know, with day 36 I've pretty much taken India out, Thailand out, Myanmar out, Indonesia's gone. It's been nice. So I fully recommend Vietnam if you're in this section of the map. If you're solo, great. You don't have masses of land to defend just and struggle with it. You can go the sea option if you want. It's really handy to have some sea units, obviously, to block your ports and protect yourself. But if you wanted to go across and take Philippines, you can. If you want to go up and take China, you can. You're going to have those concentrated firepower. China's going to take forever to get down here, so I could easily go up here and take these 3 cities out with all my units, and I can mobilize it quicker than you've got to get back before their troops get there. And you're going to be building more troops before they realize what's really happening, so that's probably one of my next moves. But yes, fully recommend Vietnam. I don't really rate Indonesia. Honourable mention in this area, by the way, you could go Myanmar. It's also, you know, it's the other side of this little nub. So you've got Vietnam this side. Thailand's okay, but you're in between these two. I'd rather be Myanmar or Vietnam, so that you can go either way with it. But in my experience, I'd rather be Vietnam. Just the access is better to me. Going over deeper into Asia, we could have a look at these. Japan is a good nation, but again, you're very vulnerable to sea attacks, which it depends what kind of player you are. Again, same with everything. If you are a Navy player, Japan's going to be good. You're going to defend yourself, etc. If not, be careful, because every one of your cities can be hit by the sea. That's why I don't like it. I know I'm more or less the same here, but I'm a little bit further away. You can't land in my capital. They have to come down on land. Philippines is the same. Everything can be bombarded. Indonesia, same. If you are looking for the easiest game of your life, play as Australia. I really recommend it for newer players. Australia is great. It's definitely up there as one of my top 5. You've got everything you need. You've got Alice Springs in the middle here. Really good for like all your jets. You can go fight off. You can reach them all. You've got New Zealand, which will be an opportunist, but you can take New Zealand out if you focus all your boats. Make sure you get boats and jets and everything. But Australia is a very powerful nation. You're not going to be attacked by anything straight away other than New Zealand. Indonesia, maybe, but they're going to be busy up here worried about that. So you're in such a good position in the bottom of the map here. Australia is a big power player. Nice easy for beginner players. So if we keep going, if we go for the Americas, we'll do the whole lot. All of the American islands here, right? Everything over here. I wouldn't play as Canada if I can avoid it. I don't know why. All their cities are just bordering America, and it's just going to be easy for America to come up. America has such a powerhouse of production. Now, I liked playing as America. There is a playthrough on the channel as America, so do watch that. It was a good playthrough. I tend not to be over here as much if I can help it, because most of the action happens on the other continents, so you kind of get stuck here. But it's a very powerful nation, lots of production. You've got 10 cities. You can really wreck face You can take Mexico relatively easy. I'm playing a Mexico game at the moment, and I thought I was doing really great. I managed to take a few cities, but they've just stomped me, and I'm going to stay stomped because I can't keep up with their production, and they're going to keep sending more and more and more. So you've got USA, very big powerhouse. Not the easiest to game. You have a massive land mass to defend. Same with Canada, but I think USA is better than Canada in this game. My favourites though. My favourites. If we're going to include this continent down here, we shall be going with Colombia or Peru. I think Colombia is better for me. I don't know why. There's not much in it. It just feels good. I like the position, the control of the Panama Canal, stuff like that. It's a very powerful nation. You've got your sea access. You know, you're going to have this. I can't remember if you get... Is this Peru? Anyway, you're going to be able to have some sea. You're going to be land. You're going to be able to take South America nicely. Same with Peru. You can definitely go a bit heavier with your ships, and you can get some land. But if at top pick, Colombia, special mention Peru. For those that love it, if you've got a team, you could easily be the United States with Canada as your ally, producing the biggest navy the world has ever seen, and raid upon Europe. So it can be done. It's going to give you a good game. Just, you know, it's a lot of land to protect, and I prefer the smaller ones, which is Colombia and Peru are good for me. Now, I have had successful games. I've got a good one with Argentina at the moment. It's a good game. I'm running out of manpower late game though. There's not enough land, and I'm now taking the whole continent over. I'm just struggling to keep up, which is a nightmare. However, if I was Colombia, I feel like I would have had that extra punch to go this way early on. Probably could have had control of the north a lot quicker. So that's why it's my top pick. You've got all the resources you need. You've got enough cities to do what you need to do, and you can then take over this lot, annex what you got to do, get in the sea. Defensively, you're going to be mainly land until later game. Maybe I would go with some subs, just so you can then punch holes in anything that does creep up on you. Lovely jubbly. Okay, that is my tour of the world, guys. The reasons why I would pick places, the ones I would pick. If you are a new player, go for Australia. Do not pick North or South Korea. Okay, this is my tip to you. They're fun to play if you've got friends with you. I like the challenge every now and then, but these you only get 4 cities. Okay, the top one has to contend with China, the bottom one has to contend with Japan. So it can be done, but it's hard. Stick with the ones I show you. So out of all the ones I picked, I will give you my top 5 right now. The ones I enjoy playing the most. So we started over here. We started with Sweden in Europe, didn't we? We've got Belarus. We've got Turkey. Angola. If we look at this chunk here, I would rather be Sweden. So Sweden is going to be my top European pick. My top pick in this whole side of the world will be Sweden. So that is number 1 pick, because I like going in Europe. Second, if we go further over, you know, if we're going to come down here, Australia is going to be up there with, especially for new players, this is going to be number 2. I really enjoy playing it, but I recommend it for new players. It's not something I do all the while. It's a slower game, but I think for survivability, new players especially, Australia takes spot number 2. We have Vietnam. What else have I said? Between Vietnam, Belarus, Colombia, Peru, USA, Angola. Africa is not going to be in my top 5. It's just not. It's hard. Okay, so I don't know why. I like being in the thick of it sometimes in some of the games we play. Egypt would be up there with one of the top nations. I would probably put Egypt in there at spot number 4. Turkey would be number 3. So we've got Sweden 1. I can't even remember what I'm saying. Belarus though. Belarus. There's so many good nations, guys. So many. Go with Sweden. Australia number 2. Turkey number 3. Vietnam number 4. Colombia number 5. And if you want to go beyond, get Egypt. Depending on where you're playing, where you want to play. Don't play the same place all the time. I like changing it up, playing random games with other players. Get a team. Do a vote. Where are we going to go, guys? And then pick. I've given you my world breakdown. Try not to be Kazakhstan. It's too big. Not powerful enough. Afghanistan can be worked out alright, but I'd prefer not to be there. Iran can be powerful. You've got a lot to deal with though. It's not in a good spot. I could go on and on and on about all these places. China is a really good one. If you've got friends, fantastic. Especially if you get them in the sea, you can do the land punch. That's fine. Russia, difficult nation to be. Too much. Don't worry about Indonesia. It's better off. You're better off being Philippines. But if you're going to be in any of the islands, be Australia. Don't be Canada. Be USA. If you can't be USA, Mexico, go take USA. If you can't be that, you could go down to Colombia and then push through. Take it all. Colombia, Peru. Land, Navy. Okay? That's just my opinions. This is all my opinions. But if you want the best country in the whole wide world, go to the UK. It's great. But I'm going to leave that one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's useful to some of you. Remember, do come and join our Discord if you want to join in some games with us. We play every day. So we'll make teams up. You don't have to go in alone. If you're new to the game, we can help you out. There's tips and tricks. There's plenty of experienced players. And we all have a good time. Everyone remains active. It kills some of the boring bits if everyone goes inactive. Sorry, can't speak. It becomes a horrible game. So it's good to have good teammates to back you up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully this is helpful to some of you. If it is, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. The dude is out. It's beautiful.